This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 272. Master this one thing and watch your productivity skyrocket by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com.
Get ready to maximize your potential with Optimal Living Daily, the podcast that brings you the best in personal development and productivity every day of the week. Your optimal life awaits. Now here's your host, Justin Malik.
Hey, welcome to Optimal Living Daily, the podcast where I read to you from the best blogs I can find, covering personal development, healthier living, minimalism, productivity, and more. And that last one, productivity, is what I'm covering on today's show. And I'm your host and narrator of this show, Justin Malik. We haven't heard from Kalen Bruce in a while, so let's just jump right into his post and start optimizing your life. Master this one thing and watch your productivity skyrocket by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. I usually don't title articles the way I've titled this one. I don't like the idea of clickbait articles with titles like, "This puppy saved his life and you won't believe what the man did to repay him," or "She thought it was a normal tater tot, but she was in for the surprise of her life." I don't like to be deceitful, so you won't see those titles here. But this is different. I didn't include the main idea in the article title for a reason. This is literally one of the most important things you can grasp about your productivity. And because of that, I want you to really take it in. Don't just blow this off and act like you already knew it. So what exactly is this one thing? The one thing. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, the one thing that can have more impact on your productivity than anything else is self-awareness. I've mentioned before how important energy is to your productivity. Without energy, you're not going to do much. Of course, self-discipline is equally important, but self-awareness will be the biggest factor in staying productive, increasing your productivity, and ultimately maximizing it. Self-awareness is simply the process of watching personal trends, analyzing your performance, and being honest. Here's a great example of how a lack of self-awareness can defeat you. A story and a lesson. John had always been a night owl, but one day he decided to make a change. John was going to become a morning person. It was difficult for John to wake up at first, but after a few weeks, he began to wake up much earlier than he was used to, and he found the morning to be a great time to be productive. About a month later, John went on vacation. While on vacation, John slept in every day and woke up without an alarm clock, which meant waking up much later. After vacation, he found it difficult to return to his early morning routine, but he was certain that he could get back into it. For several weeks, John would set his alarm clock for 6 a.m., the time he was waking up before vacation. However, now John found himself hitting the snooze until it was actually time for him to get up and get ready for work at 8 a.m. He was growing more and more frustrated because he would put things off until morning, expecting to wake up early, but then he would constantly be defeated by the dreaded snooze button. After several months of not waking up, John finally decided to try using nights instead of early mornings. And a few weeks into this newfound idea, he discovered that he was able to accomplish more at night than he ever could in the morning. Even when he was getting up, he had a difficult time concentrating, but he's now getting more done than ever at night. So what's the lesson here? John is a night owl. His mind just works better at night. Many people find that they are more creative and more productive at night, despite the fact that many productivity books, blogs, and articles promote mornings as the best time to get things done. And for me and many others, mornings really are the best. The point is, don't fool yourself. Are you self-aware? Obviously, this isn't about being a morning person or a night owl. It's about self-awareness and honesty. You must be honest with yourself to reach your full potential. It's easy to fall into the trap of trying to create 100 new positive habits in 1 week. If you don't currently work out, you're setting yourself up for failure by starting with a 1-hour intense workout every day. If you don't have a current reading habit, you're setting yourself up for failure by committing to reading a book a week right out of the gate. Self-awareness checklist. Here are some specific questions to ask yourself to determine your level of self-awareness and maximize your productivity. Proceed with caution. These questions may force you to be honest with yourself, and that can be scary. Are you a morning person or a night person, honestly? Do you keep your word with yourself? Do you actually do what you say you'll do? Is there a difference between your workout schedule and the times you actually work out? Do you actually read as much as you like to think you read? When do you have the most energy? After exercise? After sleep? When you're hungry or full? Do you spend more time learning about productivity than you spend taking action? Do you actually have written goals? Seriously? No, seriously. All of these questions will help you take a survey of what works and doesn't work in your life. Take the time to literally sit down and answer each one of these. Increase your self-awareness and you will learn where to focus your time and energy. You'll learn a lot about yourself just by answering the above questions. You just listened to the post titled Master This One Thing and Watch Your Productivity Skyrocket by Kalen Bruce of MoneyMiniBlog.com. This is something I definitely believe in. I used to think I was so self-aware, but I don't know, the more I really think about it, the more I realize how not self-aware I am. Just starting this podcast made me a lot more aware about how I speak, and that's just one tiny aspect of my life. There's so much to learn about ourselves, and I think the questions he posed at the end are a great place to start. And yes, I'm definitely one of those people that works better at night. And now if you enjoy this podcast and want to help keep it going, so far it's been made possible by incredibly generous listeners like you, and I put up a how to help page at oldpodcast.com where you can contribute in lots of different ways, financial or otherwise. It'd be awesome if you could check it out. The direct link there is oldpodcast.com/support. And I'll leave it at that. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the Friday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift, as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.